And like Jason Statham was stood there like looking at me. He goes, "Oi, I hope you're getting..." This is my Jason Statham accent, by the way.
It's a good one. It's a good
Pretty
one.
good,
If
yeah.
you hadn't have told me, I would have known it was him.
"Oi, I hope you're getting paid lots of money for this." "Oh, actually, I'm getting paid in bourbon biscuits." "You what?" I was like, "Yeah." And like, I just really like them. And I won't tell you what happened like later. He tried to, no. But like...
He was like, I've got some bourbon
Behind
biscuits
the
back in
scenes
my
stories.
place.
You're through to option 1. Option 1 podcast.
Rian,
She's here.
she's here.
She's
We have
here.
an amazing
Alex
guest with us.
Wise.
Alex
Okay.
Wise. What's the crack? Thank you for joining us on...
You managed to drag me out of the doldrums. Because
You've been hidden away.
I've been hidden. I live in the middle of nowhere, so...
Where in the middle of nowhere are you, Alex?
Devon.
Devon?
Devon,
Yeah.
they
But
are
isn't-
send of
It
nowhere.
is your set, but it's lovely down in Devon, isn't it?
It's quite boring, though.
I have heard that. Somebody I recently went to a comedy show and George Egg lives down there and he's a comedian and a chef and he said, I've come back to London because it was so boring.
That's what I'm
Why-
trying to do at the moment. I'm trying to get back to London because Devon's just too boring.
She's getting back on the scene.
Back on the
back
scene,
on it.
girl.
Scene.
Well, that's what we're here to talk about. We're here to talk about a lot of things, Alex.
Yeah.
But first, we've got some questions from our lovely viewers.
from
Hi, lovely viewers.
So let's start with the inferior retro man.
Yeah, and Fear Retro Man. I like
He
your name.
wants to know, what are the best memories you made when working at G4?
G4. So G4 was an American TV channel that I used to work for.
Oh, yeah.
It was like E-Network, but for nerds. And
Okay.
the best memories that I made with them actually is when they found out that I'd never been to Japan. So they decided to take me for 10 days.
Yeah, I'll talk to you about that later as well. Yeah,
Yeah.
I know you were.
That was amazing. And the best memory from that was finding an actual panty vending machine in a sex shop.
So they're actual things?
Yes, they're actual things.
Like actual worn panties? Or
Yeah.
is it like Pritt
Oh, no.
stick and rolled up?
They are very
With
worn.
their pre-worn
Are they?
panties.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Like, so they're not out in the street. You
No.
have to go in a sex shop to the top floor to find them. And they're more like, you know, them like balls. You know, the big balls and you
Well, you
turn
normally
it
get like a little
and the ball
toy.
comes out.
Oh, so it's like the ball and you twist it.
Yeah,
You're like,
yeah.
oh,
Like a
it's,
Kinder Egg.
It's
but
disgusting
bigger.
knickers.
It's disgusting knickers. So, like, it was all in a corner, and there was like $10, like whatever it was in the
Yeah.
end. $10, $20, $30, and underneath. This is a really disgusting story, by the way. So I hope you're ready.
I'm ready.
Underneath
for
was
it.
like a little incubator thing, like you get hot lunch out of. And my boss was like, "What's that one?" And it was $100. And he was like, "I want to know what the $100 pants are." And everyone was like, "Oh, what is it? What is it?" And yeah, so they gave me like a 1,000 yen or whatever. I put it in the thing, opened it out. It's all like saran wrap, really cute and like kawaii. Opened it up and it was like a bag inside. And I opened the bag and the smell was like death,
Oh my
like pure death.
No.
It was like,
goodness.
like that. And I was like, "Ugh, what is in it?" And it was used sanitary towel.
No.
Men, and possibly several women, stop that.
Festering in like a hot box.
So like a ready-to-go
mean-
lunch sanitary
A jam
pad.
sandwich.
No. Priest
I
on
mean,
the beak.
that's disgusting, isn't it?
So hold
Basically-
on. So this is G4.
Yeah,
It's in America.
yeah.
Whereabouts?
In Los Angeles.
Los Angeles.
Yeah.
That's a wee bit surprising. I'd think like down deep south you'd have vending machines for.
Oh, sorry,
nasty
no,
pennies.
this was in Japan.
Oh,
Yeah.
so hold on. Beg your pardon.
Yeah.
So Los Angeles is
Where it was filmed.
where it filmed.
Yes.
Yeah, so the
Got
TV
you.
channel was in LA, but they took me to Japan for 10 days.
That's right. You went to Tokyo, correct?
Yeah, in Tokyo.
Yes, that's correct. I want to talk to you about that a little bit later, but we'll let our viewers get their questions in first.
I
and
want
then,
to ask more questions about the crusty knickers in the vending machine.
I've
There
got
is a
big
video
question.
on the internet. You can
There
have
is a
look
video,
at
is
it,
there?
yeah.
Okay, we'll try and get that up.
Okay.
Now, okay, so another question from the inferior retro man. What inspired you to work in the entertainment industry?
I was just really obsessed with Melinda Messenger when I was 14.
Upset.
Obsessed. Not upset. It's not like she like
Okay.
trod on my foot or
Oh,
something.
right,
She was
okay.
like, "Ugh, you
Yes.
bitch."
Sorry, you're
No,
obsessed
I was
with
just
her.
obsessed with her and also the film Showgirls.
Yes, with Elizabeth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Elizabeth
the-
Banks.
Berkely.
Berkely.
Yeah.
Elizabeth, thank you. Thanks, lads.
And it was the combination of those two things. Wanted to be a page 3 girl, I just wanted to be a stripper and just be really sexy.
Yeah.
So
Is that what you wanted to do from like
really
a young age?
Yeah, like I think like most people that get hotter when they're older. I was really ugly teenager.
Yeah,
so
same.
yeah, I was just a minging teenager.
Same. God, I didn't blossom.
So
We lacked attention when we were younger, so when we got older, we craved it.
yeah, we crave
Yeah.
it. Like, look at me, just look at me. Like, don't look at me.
Yeah,
That's too much
but that's
licking.
now it's like look at me, don't look at me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The first time I realised I had big tits actually was the same age getting on the school bus. And over the weekend, my nan had bought me a Wonder Bra, a leopard print Wonder Bra from TK Maxx in the Galleria in Hatfield. And I put it on and got on the bus and went on the top deck. And suddenly all the lads were like, "Where? Whoa, she's got big tits now! Oh my God, Alice has got tits!"
Yeah. That's exactly what it
was like overnight.
Yeah,
And I was like,
in to a classroom at school.
Yeah.
And our IT teacher, I won't name him in case he's still alive, he used to call me top loader because my boobs were so big. You couldn't get away with that
That's
nowadays.
No, you couldn't.
Top loader.
He's like, here she is.
My nickname was Jailbait at school.
Again, you wouldn't get away
I
with
don't know
that
why.
Won't get away with that one
Well,
now,
I
definitely
can
not.
probably imagine why.
I was not naughty. I was really not.
No, isn't it more like because you're attracting
Like, I think the teachers fancied me.
Yeah, that's more
See,
it.
that's a bit wrong.
I didn't fancy them though.
No,
They
no,
were great.
yeah. We have some more questions from the viewers. We got one here. What's his name? How do you pronounce this here? DKOWK WK.
I mean, it's a ridiculous name.
Fuck's sake, lad. Get
Stupid.
it or lady
Get a
or
real
anything
name.
between. Get a name we can pronounce. If you're comfortable with it, I'm curious, as
Yeah.
usual, about the story behind the iconic juiced commercial.
Yeah.
There was a
So
hesitation.
I don't know what this is, so can you
Please,
brief me,
elaborate.
please?
The Juiced commercial was a advert that was made for the Juiced video game, which was like a car racing game where you could mod the cars.
Okay.
Gotcha.
And I was in an advert that was never meant to be an advert.
Now, why did you quote unquote? Because people can't, if they're not watching, they didn't
Yeah.
see you quote unquote. So
I did
quote
a
unquote
finger
advert,
quotes.
you mean like.
It never went on TV.
Right, okay. It
was
wasn't aired.
It was made to. It was one of the first viral banned advert videos. But it was never on TV. So it was like.
What did you do?
So there's these two guys in a car and they're playing around with their game and they look out the window and see this woman at a bus stop and they're noticing that when they're modding the car, her skirt's getting shorter and her tits are getting bigger. And then they take all her clothes off and smack her bum and that's me. And I'm a bit mixed about that advert because I think it's quite derogatory in hindsight. It's very of its time. But at the same time, my body looks absolutely banging in it.
I love that for you.
So on that,
Yeah.
at the time, because you say that at the time in hindsight, it is derogatory. It is derogatory,
Yeah,
of course.
yeah.
But at the time, you felt more comfortable doing it because the culture around it was
Oh, no,
like
I felt-
acceptable, or was because you felt sexy in yourself and you're like, yeah, I look good. I'm happy to do this.
No, I felt completely uncomfortable doing that.
Okay,
shit.
sorry.
It was,
sorry,
it was not
but-
fun.
No, because you said yourself, you said I
Yeah.
looked great. So
Oh
in
yeah,
one way,
like when I look at it objectively, I can look at it and be like, oh, my body looks.
okay,
so
that's
good.
what I was clarifying. Like,
Yeah,
did you that's what I meant. Like at that time, did you feel okay because you felt more like comfortable about it
Yeah,
in that
yeah, yeah.
sense? But or was you just like, this is a shit shoot. I shouldn't be doing this.
As a bit of all of it.
Yeah.
I think at
Well,
the
we've all
time when
done-
you
we've
do
done
jobs
those
like that,
things,
though,
yeah.
you just take.
You just take it on the chin.
Yeah, and what's
Yeah.
coming. Like it's a job at the end of the
Oh,
day.
dude, I have.
Yeah, and I got paid a lot of money for it, from what I remember.
Right, that's all our questions.
well, that's the
Oh.
questions from the viewers. We've got loads more
always
questions.
Oh my
ask
gosh.
questions.
Yeah, that's our viewer question segment over. Now we're going to probe into your psyche and your deepest, darkest fears.
I want to know who Brian is. Tell me
Brian.
all about Brian.
Brian is my brain.
Okay.
I'm currently writing a memoir at the moment about my colourful life. And I have autism and ADHD, which can make living in my brain quite difficult.
Okay.
So to sort of illustrate that in my book, I've created a character called Brian, who looks like a combination of Mr. Tumble and Barry from EastEnders.
Love that.
And he's just this disassociative noise in my head that just
And
shouts.
does he just like sit in an armchair and just?
Yeah, sits in an armchair and looks at all my memories on a big screen TV.
Oh, right.
And he won't let me watch some of them, and some of them he replays if they're a bit sexy or if they've got tits
You
in
have
them.
got such an amazing imagination.
I can see that in like,
I'm visual. Like,
yeah,
I'm
I
there
can see a
now.
visual
I
of
can
that
see
as
him.
well, like on like a BBC Shorts.
Yeah.
Yeah, little
What's-
hoarder home He's in my brain, in the brain room.
Do you know who Brian reminds me of? Do you know the guy with the big glasses that works with Ricky Gervais? He's in Dead Afterlife.
Yeah.
And he's got the anorak with the big glasses.
Yeah.
That's what immediately pops into my mind when I think of Brian.
He's just this sort of weirdo.
Yeah, that's
in
exactly
my brain.
you know what I'm talking about,
Did you
right?
have to do like therapy for this to just appear, or would it just like he was just? I'm so intrigued.
I have done a lot of therapy, and that's kind of the theme of the memoir as well. It's about how we retrieve memories and how trauma can make you hide some of them from yourself. So he's sort of like he starts off in the book as this absolute weirdo that interrupts and shouts a lot, but he actually becomes this quite caring character throughout the book. Because you can tell that he's just trying to like keep me safe, if that makes sense.
What's the book called? Do you mind me asking?
It's called Being Nobody.
Being Nobody. Oh, I love that.
That's so good.
It's like
That's catchy.
yeah. Well, it's just like if you've spent your whole life playing characters and being different roles, like who are you really underneath that?
And who are you really?
I'm just a massive nerd.
She's Brian.
I'm like super awkward person.
How is Brian today?
Brian's sleeping
Is he?
at the moment. Yeah, a lot of bright lights in here. He's quite overwhelmed.
Okay, right on.
He might make an appearance later with some choice swear words, but
That's fine. We love a swear here.
he's
on
having a little
Option One.
snooze because he's recording this. He's saving it
recording
for
us.
later.
He's gonna read it back later and be like, "Judgy bastards."
No, he's gonna be like, "Why'd you say that?"
With you touched on ADHD, autism. I have pretty bad autism. I have pretty bad ADHD, and that's how mine manifests. Mine manifests in random ticky like accents and impressions at inappropriate places. I'm 45, and I'll still do it like at a professional meeting. I'll be sitting with somebody, and I'll go, "Oh, that," and they're looking at me like I'm fucking stupid or crazy, and I'm like, "Oh no, it's ADHD." How does your ADHD affect your daily life? Have you learned how to master it as the superpower that it is? And what advice do you have people that are like in the industry that might have ADHD and they're like, "Oh fuck, this is a lot," and how you cope and calm yourself?
So yeah, I've always known, like going into modelling, I knew I had ADHD. I got diagnosed when I was 20, when I was at university. I didn't really take it that seriously because they didn't. Like when I got diagnosed, they're like, "Oh, you only have it mildly." So I was like, "Oh, cool, don't have to worry about it then."
Yeah.
But as I've got older, I've realised that yeah, it does really affect my life quite a lot, especially when I was a model and I was doing a lot of drugs and I was quite disorganised.
Being a general wild child.
Just being a wild child, sleeping on people's sofas and not turning up to shoots, and then I'd turn up and like make videos of zooming in on people's fannies, and yeah, I was always getting in trouble. So I was reliable, and I must have been to have got where I did in the industry, and I did work really hard. But yeah, I did struggle like staying focused. I really struggled at school.
Same.
And uni, especially uni, because school there's like a structure, but uni there was none, and they took it all away, and I was like,
Well, speaking of school, like, didn't you beat the Chasers?
no.
Oh.
I went on Beat the Chasers, but I
Went
didn't
on
beat
Beat
them.
the Chasers.
Did you? What'd
you
get
beat them
up
with?
to?
I only had 7 seconds left, and like
That's impressive. Up against how many?
3.
For
But
how much money?
I thought it was for 30 grand. I was so gutted because I really needed it. I didn't know I was going on Beat the Chasers. I thought I was going on the other one.
normal Chasers.
The normal one. No, like it would still be like I was on some
Still
special,
Chasers,
really
right.
hard one.
Yeah.
And I didn't know, and I'd never watched it. So I literally turned up, and I was like, went on the set, and I was like, "It's like Alex from Torquay," and I was like,
I
and, like
love
had no
that.
idea what I was getting myself into. But I did all right. I made a few gaffes. Like, what's his name? What's the presenter called?
Brian
Bradley.
Bradley Walsh.
Bradley Walsh.
Walsh.
Yeah, I bet him.
He
I
asked
sure.
me.
Gotta be.
He was really funny. I was making him laugh as well, and but he did ask me, "What's your favourite cake to bake?" And I said croissants. I felt like an idiot. And like because I was working in a taxi office at the time, and whenever I'd go into work, they were like, "What's your favourite cake, Alex?" Croissants, and I never lived it down.
Oh God.
That and going to a sex party, I never lived that down either. Because
Okay, sorry, what?
So
You
what, you were
can't tell
baking
them anything.
croissants at a sex party?
I've never mixed the two. No.
Oh.
So
So you told him you went to a sex party?
yeah, I told the loudest mouth in the office that I was going to a sex party, and I never.
Oh,
lived it down.
to the taxi stand, right? Oh fuck, yeah, it's mostly lads, isn't it?
Was
in
it
the
Torture
taxi stand?
Garden?
No.
Oh, I've been to. Have you been to Torture
I've
Garden? I've been to Torture Garden. Yeah, twice.
I've been going to Torture Garden. I've not been recently, but I've been going to Torture Garden since I was about 20.
Yeah.
I mean, the last one I went to was my hen do, but.
You had your hen do at Torture Garden?
Yeah.
I feel like we just need to
Sweet.
let people know what Torture Garden is.
Oh yeah. So for those that don't know,
It's like a fetish party.
It's like a fetish party,
nightclub,
basically
but
anything
vestiges.
goes. Yeah.
Yeah, but it's all
It's
still
all
kind of
about dressing
contained.
up.
It's mostly dressing up, and like
Yeah.
when I went about 20, I'm 45, so I went when I was like 22.
Yeah.
And back then there
I
was
thought
like,
I recognised you from somewhere.
did you not paddle me?
Yeah. Wasn't you like licking my feet that
That's
time?
why I recognise those boots.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm so dead when I get home.
Aw.
No, but we had a friend of ours, and he went into a room with these two Swedish girls, and they
Mm-hmm.
put him on like the stretch rack,
Yeah.
and they paddled him. And he was like 22. He was an accountant. He was like, oh, I wonder what to do in here. And he was like, oh, it was so funny. He came out and he was like, I never want to do anything else but get paddled by two women. And it's like, wow,
I went
that's
in.
20 years ago.
Did you go to the one where there was a coffin? I got in the coffin once, and people could
no.
put their hands in.
Ooh.
We had
No, I
like
didn't go to the
tantric
coffin one.
dancers and like people like on hooks
Yeah,
from like the
hanging from the
ceiling,
nipples.
hanging from the nipples, and yeah, but it's a vibe. Love
Is
it.
it
Vibe.
still going?
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
There was
totally.
one at the weekend. There was one
What's
on
that?
Saturday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you go?
No.
Oh.
So do you not go that much anymore?
Well, I've been married for 12 years, and you don't really get to do much fun stuff when you're married. So.
But now she's a free woman.
Yeah, so I think it's definitely on the list of things to do.
Ah, okay. Do you mind? Oh yeah. Cool. Right.
We're gonna go.
We're gonna go.
We're gonna-
What?
not
You're
you,
gonna
you're
go.
not
I'm not
going out.
invited. What the fuck? Fine.
We can go Torture Garden.
Yeah, you
I'm
guys
taking
go
her
to
out.
Torture
We
Garden.
should all go.
Yeah.
Let's
go
Why you
together.
being- why-
Go.
Okay, so like we're doing a new podcast together, but you're excluded from the fun stuff. Thanks, Rian.
It would be a weird thing if I was just like, "Can you come to Torture Garden with us?" I feel like it would be like
Why?
a bit of a
It's
No, it'd be
it's not. It's
fun.
totally fun. It's not like a sex fest. It's like a.
Well, it can
There's
be.
quite a lot of shagging.
There is quite a lot of shit. Well, actually,
In
no,
the
there wasn't when I
corners.
went.
Oh, there was
20.
one.
Oh, there was on
Or
my
maybe we
hen
weren't
do.
looking out for it because we were like a group of 20 people.
Yeah.
So we were all stuck together.
Like if you just on dance floor dancing, but if
Yeah,
you
that's
go
where
up
we were.
into any of the side bits, there's a lot
Into
of.
the tunnels.
And the tunnels. Okay, no, I'm
Yeah,
not there
yeah.
for the tunnels. I'm just there for the music. Okay, cool. Anyway, you so we got a couple of things. You worked as a pinup girl for the Fratellis at Reading.
Yeah.
What was that like? Tell us all about that crack.
Gosh, yeah. Yeah, I was a pin-up girl for the Fratellis because they had the girls on their album cover that were based, I think, on his
Oh, yeah,
girlfriend
that's right.
or something like that. So we were cast to look like those girls, and then we performed on stage with them, like dancing at Reading Festival, and then we did a few like in-person appearances and like when they were doing record signings, and we did an advert as well. All I remember about Reading Festival is getting eyed up by the lead singer of the Stereophonics. He was just like, but he was so little. Sorry, that's like not very kind.
What's
I'm
he
a
called?
heightist. Tiny Kelly.
Tiny Kelly.
Tiny Kelly.
Yeah,
Hold
little
me
Kelly.
closer, Tiny
Yeah.
Kelly.
He's really fit. Like, don't
He
get me
is very
wrong.
fit, but he's a very
Yeah.
small man.
A very small man.
Short King. Short King.
Yeah.
That's
He's
what
a
they call
short
it. Is that
king.
still a term, Short King?
Yeah, it is.
It is now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool, we're bringing it back.
Yeah. So, and I've seen, like, he's eyed me up a few times. He'll probably, like, listen to this, but he probably won't. And be like, I never eyed you up, you disgusting hag. But he definitely did.
Absolutely
Once
not.
in Parsons Green and the Green, and once at Reading Festival.
He's got his eye on her.
I'd like to talk to you
nice.
a little bit about Zoo TV.
Zoo TV.
Yeah. Was it
Zuma
Zoo TV?
TV.
No, Sumo TV.
Sumo TV.
Sumo TV.
I was on Nuts TV. That
Yeah.
was a shambles.
Dude, but I
was
watched
fun,
your
We
Sumo
watched
TV.
something wild.
That shit's fucking
This
nuttier than a
wild
squirrel's
thing.
turd.
Oh my gosh, is this me?
Yeah, we've got you on here with your friend who's got the tash.
Prolapse.
Prolapse. Fucking hell.
Prolapse,
Prolapse
yeah.
is such a great name.
Oh, I look so young. Look at my little MySpace hair. I'm actually thinking of relaunching this.
You should do this.
From my back room.
Yeah, you should. And
Like,
like,
just-
get it, like have guests on and just have the crack like Big Breakfast.
Yeah, I could do this from my back room quite easily. I'll do like 3
Yeah.
episodes. This was actually shot in a Babe Station studio, by the way.
No, it wasn't.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah. Yeah, so I mean, so it's like kind of archaic, right? It's just chaotic.
There was 6 episodes, and the 6th episode, which was Blue Peter themed, got banned for too much male nudity. They wouldn't put it on the
That's
telly.
right. Yeah, yeah. So I'm assuming did you sketch out what you guys were going to do or just like fucking wing it?
We just winged it.
I mean, it seems like you winged it, but with like control. Like you have stuff there. You had like props and stuff. You had a set. So you weren't just like, here's a back room and we'll just talk shit. Like you got your wheels and stuff. You had some things.
So Prolapse was actually my best friend from university, and she'd just come out of mental hospital and was claiming benefits, and that's why she had to wear a mask so no one could recognise her. So she really did not want to be famous.
So yeah, because you're like she's crazy. She's actually certified crazy, and she was like, yep.
Yeah. No, at that time
and she was. So you're actually saying that she was.
She's totally fine now.
How old are you there?
That was 2008.
Ago,
So I was about 25.
Right on.
I feel like you were so good. Like, was you high there, or was like?
No.
Is that just you?
Was I high?
Did you say was she high?
Well, like,
this is a family show.
Yeah, but she's
My
so
granny's
high
gonna
energy
watch
and
this.
so confident. Like, I couldn't freestyle like that in my 20s.
That's just acting, babe.
So I'm just asking the
I would
depth.
say probably a little bit high.
Yeah,
when I
a
was
little
shooting
bit.
this show.
Okay, right on.
That was like, because it was shot in 2008, and that was my year of drugs. So I've
was
only
the
ever
peak
done
year.
drugs
Just the 1 year?
in 1 year of my life.
Oh,
And that was
really?
it.
And it was this year.
That year.
So bye, see you next week. We're going to have a dance now.
But you have relaunched your OnlyFans that I've seen because I joined it off my burner page.
It's a good job it's free.
I know.
Like, yeah, no, yeah,
Tell us why you stopped it.
because I opened a cake store.
Oh yeah.
I decided, like, oh no,
Did
this.
you make croissants?
Yes, I did.
But this is the worst cake shop ever.
This is a cake shop and there's croissants. What's going on? I got really burnt out with it because, like, obviously, like, when you're doing a paid page with a subscription, there's quite a big pressure to keep creating new content.
And they get so angry if you don't reply.
And they get so angry if you don't.
Yeah.
And I'd had my page since 2018, and I just, you don't even get Christmas or New Year's. You don't get any time off when you're
Right.
doing OnlyFans. It's like a constant churn of content. And it was really, really affecting my mental health. And I just didn't want to do it anymore. But I didn't have any other options of things that I could do. So I just had a bit of a meltdown and opened a cake store that didn't make any money.
So,
Hey, at least
did
you
you
tried,
bake
though.
before, though?
yeah, I've always baked.
Yeah.
Oh, I love that.
I think
though.
and fair play to you for trying. That's the hardest
Yeah,
thing to do.
I had it up for about 9 months, and then my husband left, and I had to close it
Oh,
down.
I'm sorry.
And so yeah, it's a bit. The past 2 years have been a bit of a mess.
How have you
but-
been coming through that yourself? What have you been doing to get yourself from
Going-
out of there?
To the gym, so
Yeah,
I've been doing CrossFit for like 3 or 4 years now, and getting really strong and fit with that. I've got one of my spending a lot of time with my friends. And just trying to get back in touch with like the things that made me unique back in the day, because I'd lost a lot of
Yeah.
that. I think, when you I was trying to like run away from it a little bit by moving to Devon, and I think now I'm sort of like, actually no, these are all the things that made me really
Yeah.
fun and unique, and
Yeah.
I should get back in touch with that. And like, people may not want to see a wrinkly 44-year-old on their telly.
I want
Stop.
to see a wrinkly
Hold on. Can we just?
44-year-old.
Can we, I'm just gonna stop
You're
all that
joking, the wrinkle.
bullshit. Neither of you have a fucking wrinkle between you. I have more wrinkles than the two of you combined. So I want no self-deprecating here today.
Okay,
None of this
thank
fucking
you.
shitting on ourselves. All right. We're all here to champion each other.
Yeah.
So there's
Well,
no
I'm
wrinkly
very excited for your
45-year-olds.
comeback.
Yeah.
You both look gorgeous. I'm not just saying that. So none of that kind of crack.
Oh,
So,
thank you.
and also,
I appreciate
that's
it.
really funny. That shit, I watched it. You should definitely do that again.
Yeah,
You should
I
definitely
mean,
get back into that.
I've made this sort of like bullet list in my bullet
With a
journal
tick box.
with some tick boxes, and like it was called like Simwise relaunch, and I was like all these multi-prongs that I was going to do, and that's one of them. So
Yeah, absolutely.
you should.
No, it's
Yeah.
and especially at like at 45, it's everybody puts that. Oh, you're 40. 45 doesn't mean fuck all these days. Sorry
Yeah,
for
that's true.
all the language today, guys. I'm really sweary. But it doesn't. I feel like I'm doing the same. I'm like concentrating on the gym, going running, and associating with people. Anybody who's bad weight is gone now.
yeah.
I'm only focusing on what's positive, and it really does help. and that's all we can do. And like doing stuff that makes you happy like that, even if it's silly or whatever the fuck it is.
Yeah,
do
I think
more
this,
of it.
Like,
do
this
absolutely
is like,
more of it.
This is how I remember you, like back in the day. So for you to say, it makes me sad that you kind of lost yourself. But
Yeah.
I think, finding yourself in your
I
Well,
remember,
yeah,
I
back.
actually remember us always having little chats at girl management in the office and like sitting on the sofa and you were like, oh, so-and-so keeps stalking me, keeps following me, keeps
Sorry
waiting
about that.
outside the office for me. And I'm like, oh, what a nightmare.
There's a few of them.
Yeah. And then you would tell me you had your sick phobia. And I was like, oh, yeah, I've got that.
Yeah.
And then
Yes, what's it called? It's
Emetophobia.
Emetophobia.
We're professionals at this.
Yeah.
But you still got yours, haven't you?
A little bit. I mean, it's mostly gone.
That's-
Mostly gone.
How did you manage? So emetophobia is basically a fear of vomiting.
So is it a fear of the actual physical action of vomiting or seeing somebody else vomit?
Both.
All of it.
Both. All of it.
Everything
Yeah.
to do with it. Yeah.
It's actually one of the most common phobias, but people don't like to
pretty
talk
sick.
about it because it makes you feel sick.
Yeah.
Like it used to make me feel anxious even just talking about it.
Yeah.
I'd be getting on and off trains. Like,
Yeah.
You are on trains. Are you still a bit germy?
I'm totally fine on trains.
Are you?
I mean, there was a point probably about 2 years ago where I wouldn't get on them at all. I got really afraid of trains and planes and automobiles, and it's basically a form of OCD in that you get these thoughts and you're like, oh, what if that person's sick, and then it becomes, what if that person's got norovirus, or what if that door
It's
handle?
so irrational.
So it goes into a little
It
bit
gets-
of hypochondria, almost.
It's
Not
just
hypochondria, 'cause that's
controlling.
everything, isn't it?
It's like one example for me is if I ever got on a bus, I would have to sit at the front
I wouldn't
in case
touch
I
the
was gonna
poles.
in case I was gonna be sick. I'd know I can get off. So it's like I'd pre-plan in case I've never been sick on a bus.
Yeah, you get afraid that you're going to throw up places, and it's about sort of embarrassing yourself, the embarrassment of it, and also like the lack of control, and it's the safety-seeking behaviour, and that's what's helped me get over it, is to realise why I had it in the first place and where it came from. And once I knew that, it's been a lot easier to sort of combat all the thoughts, and I don't get the thoughts anymore.
Do you know where it came from? Did it stem from where it stemmed from? Are you okay to talk about that?
Yeah, it's fine. It's a fear of abandonment.
Is that where yours comes from? I
That's
did
really interesting.
Yeah.
EMDR therapy where they like
I did that.
Isn't it good?
No, I didn't like it. But yeah, it does work like.
Is that where you unlocked yours?
No.
Oh, I unlocked mine from that. So my fear stemmed from when I was like 4 years old, and my nana at the time, she drank a bottle of homemade red wine, and she was sick all over me, and it was all red. And I'd completely blocked this out of my mind. And then in the EMDR therapy, I was like, oh my God, I actually remember that. And then since then, it's kind of like corrected itself.
Yeah, weirdly in EMDR. I mean, I did EMDR for almost a year, and the earliest memory that they could find was my grandma being sick in the cinema.
How weird is that?
Wow.
Yeah.
Look at
These
that.
Grannies puking everywhere,
Sick grannies.
giving us phobias. Who do they think they are?
Ruining 10 years of my life.
My
that.
granny used to feed us castor oil to make us sick, but that was kind of what they did back in the 80s. Like, you have a wee bit of castor oil, you'll be fine.
So yeah, grannies.
Yeah, grannies. So
How
maybe
weird's that?
the source of emetophobia is grannies.
Grannies.
Yeah.
Not to simplify it or anything.
No, we're not sitting here saying grannies make you sick. Grannies make you
clearly do.
fucking sick. We'll want to talk a wee bit about gaming. So we're talking a wee bit about it earlier. Tell us about Front, your video games editor. That must have been kind of cool. How'd you land that sweet little gig?
Well, I was already working for Front, and I got the job
In
at
which
Front.
capacity?
I was the sexy columnist. That was my official title.
Oh my God, you was the sexy columnist.
Sexy columnist. But my column, weirdly, was very unsexy. I really took the piss out of that.
Okay.
Yeah. It was just pictures of me just like falling on the floor, or just like with a mustache, or like wearing a merkin.
You had to be well cool to work for Front though.
Yeah.
Oh no,
worked
I
for
remember.
Front.
I remember Front.
Front
And
was
how
the
did you
FG
get? How did you get into?
You were in Front.
No, I was never in Front.
Really?
No, they wouldn't have me.
But you look quite Front.
Do I?
Yeah.
You got
Like
that
back in the
front look.
day. I don't know why.
they would never
They
have
were
me.
so fussy
Yeah.
about who they would have. I remember that. But I was with them from the beginning of the relaunch, because before that they were just like a loaded rip-off.
Yeah, you was like a Front girl, weren't you?
Yeah,
you
I
were
was-
like Vicky Blows and
Vaughn and Kitty Lee and
Kitty Lee.
yeah, I still speak to Kitty sometimes.
you?
Yeah,
God, we need to talk about this.
we always try and get a shoot together, but
Oh my God, let's have a threesome.
Yeah.
Shoot.
It's threesome shoot.
Again.
But yeah, so with Front, I was quite big on MySpace, which immediately ages me by about 40 years. And my blogs were really popular. So I just used to go on MySpace and whinge about being a model, basically. So, everyone expects me to be like this, and I'm not like this. And like, I just thought I was really cool and just used to whinge a lot. And they saw that and were like, oh, would you like to write for us?
That's great.
And I was like, yeah, sure. And then they were like, have you got any friends that are like really pervy and sexy? And I was like, oh, yeah, my friend Vaughn. And they're like, oh, she can do the sex advice column. So we got signed up together. So I did the sort of sexy life of a model and she did the sex advice.
That's so good. Did they have you in contract up front? Because I was contracted to Nuts and I couldn't work with any other magazine anyway.
No. And they used to pay me about £250 a month.
Is that
They
it?
paid me fuck all.
That's really low for back
Even
then
then,
as well,
but
because
yeah.
you were
Yeah.
like big time in front.
They didn't pay me a lot. They wouldn't ever really give me a cover apart from like a little mini magazine that they gave out at Reading Festival. They wouldn't give me a cover, and they were quite weird with me actually because one of the guys that worked in the office was someone that I went to university with, and I really wanted a job in the office. I was like, why can't I have a job in the office? And they were like, because you're a model. And I'm like, yeah, but I've got a degree, and I went to uni with him. Like we did this.
Yeah.
We were saying
He's
like
no more qualified than me.
he's no more qualified than me.
Good old
And they just wouldn't. And they were like, we'll give you more work. Do you want to be the games editor? And we'll pay you £500 a month.
And how many times would you have to submit then? How was it?
I
It was
was
monthly, wasn't it?
monthly. So I'd have to write. To be fair to me, like I was quite shit at handing it in, but I always did hand it in. Like it was
Yeah.
never that late, and like never like so late that they couldn't publish
Yeah.
it. Like I always got it in.
Last minute.
Just a different game each month, was it, or like a collection?
About 4.
3 or 4 games a month.
So it'd be like a main one, 2
Yeah.
smaller ones, and then little ones down the side.
Okay, right on.
So and I always sort of like I pitched it that like I genuinely love gaming, and they knew that, and that's why they gave me the job. There wasn't anything like nefarious. I didn't suck anyone's dick or anything like that, like which a lot of people suggested. Like,
That's
she's
why
model.
that's why you didn't get into the
Which
office.
a lot of people probably did, to be fair.
Oh yeah, back in the day.
Yeah, I mean, I said that.
Not me.
I say that facetiously, but you know, that's pretty sexist that you didn't get into the office because like you're a model.
Yeah.
But I wonder, you know, had you dangled a little carrot, so to speak.
I don't know. I don't think
Not
if
for
I'd have
front.
sucked
Oh, that's
anyone
good.
off, I would have got that job either. They were quite an awkward bunch
Oh right. Okay.
of guys. I don't know if I'd really want to have.
No,
sucked any
again,
of
like I
them.
said, facetiously.
It was a frustrating job because it was really fun, and the people were really nice, and it gave me so many opportunities.
Yeah.
It got me that TV show, for example, because I
Yeah.
James Brown from Loaded read my column, said it was really good, and then asked me, "Can you do TV?" And I was like in my head like, "No," but I was like, "Yeah," and
So-
then he gave
You were
me that
actually
show.
really good at like TV though.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
Yeah,
weirdly.
quite naturally.
Yeah, and I mean from that I got a show reel, and then I ended up working for MTV in Europe and for G4 in America, and I was interviewing legit celebrities.
That's so
And,
good.
Like I found it quite nerve-wracking, but I was also quite good at it because I'm genuinely quite interested in people.
Yeah.
And I don't get like that starstruck. The only person who weirdly starstruck me was Jack White from the White Stripes.
I mean, that's
Oh, yeah,
that's
that
pretty
is-
decent one.
pretty decent
Because he
one.
was really fit, and like I was not expecting him to be as fit as he was, and he really, really fancied me as well. But as
Did
far
you,
as like no,
Oh.
like well, it was in Poland, and like and all the crew were like, he keeps staring at you, he keeps staring at you, and I was like, oh no, he's not. Like, and then they came over, and he's like, hi, and he's really friendly and really nice, and he was like, I really fancy British redheads, and so does this guy in my band too, and I was just like, great,
I'm a British
like,
redhead.
thanks.
Also, like, why are you telling me that there's 2 of you that fancy me? What are you trying to offer here, Mr. Jack White?
I don't know, but like, but as far as I knew, he was married to a British redhead model at the time. So
Right.
I was sort of like,
Maybe they like to share.
No, they broke up like
Oh.
literally about a month later, and I didn't do anything because I knew he was married.
Maybe it was because he had met you.
I doubt it.
Imagine how different life could have been.
Yeah.
Going to your presenting stuff again, when you did the G4 stuff, you went to Tokyo.
Yeah.
And I saw a clip of you with these other anime girls, and then you went and dressed up as a vending machine, which is really cool. And the story behind this, correct me if I'm wrong.
Oh, is it this one?
Boo! Did I fool you? Did you think I was a vending machine? I think it's a pretty rad costume, don't you?
I sound proper
I'm here
English.
with Aya, who is the creator of the vending machine disguise, and she made it as a alternative for single female.
Hide from rapists.
Yeah.
By the sounds of it.
Yeah.
Predators, or someone might be following them. So if they have one of these on, it's disguised as a skirt, and all they have to do.
I don't even remember shooting
Is
this.
this a real thing?
Yeah.
Yeah, it is a real
Yeah,
thing.
it's in Tokyo.
And stand really
No,
still.
stop.
It's quite
So
good.
let's
It's
make like
fucking
an
brilliant.
engine.
I swear to God. And
That's
like,
quite good,
And that's
actually.
like before like the real awareness of like fucking creepy dudes and like serial stalkers.
I legit don't remember filming this, which is quite funny.
Just get this back and just do it to guys in the park.
Yeah.
That's
Oh my
such
God.
a good idea.
Yeah.
So when I went to Tokyo with G4, for some reason, one of my friends was out there. Like one of my random stripper friends was out there. She was. Oh, it's a really long story, and they let her stay in my hotel room, like because she was already in Japan. So we hung out in the evening. So I'd go out and shoot this in the day, and then I'd go back to my work wife. She used to be a dominatrix. So I'd be doing all this really cool stuff, and then I'd come home and she would tell me about the time that she did poo porn, and it would just really freak me out. So that whole trip was a bit of a like, there was
Sorry,
a lot going
what?
on.
Poo porn?
Yeah, my
like
friend-
where you poop on people?
Scheiße.
Yeah,
Scheiße
yeah,
porn. Yeah.
Yeah. No, I've never done anything like that.
Edudukaka?
Poo caca?
Edudukaka.
Is
Edudukaka
that what it's called?
Well, that means eat shit.
Oh.
Or eat the shit, edudukaka. I'm pretty sure it's.
And
that's
to
it.
be honest,
that's
Do
just
you know,
not.
I think I'm quite like open to like I know a lot in the industry. I don't think I've ever heard of poo porn before. I mean,
I
it
think
doesn't.
it
It
was
doesn't
quite-
surprise me. But
It's quite old school that. I don't
It
know
is
how
quite
it's
niche-y.
still.
It's a bit
very
German.
niche-y,
Very niche.
There was a
very
lot of it
German.
in Japan.
so would
A
she
lot
like
of it in
shit on
Japan.
people, or are they shitting on her?
A bit both by the sounds of her stories.
Oh my
I
god!
was in a pilot that didn't make it to screen,
Yeah.
and one of the scenes was I played a drug dealer, and one of my kinks was that I like to go to dominatrix places, and in the scene the guy comes down and I'm like I'm naked, spread over this dental chair with this, like. Like
Oh, well, a machine.
What?
machine
Oh my
dildo coming at me, and but this person has trapped me. So my henchman comes in and I'm like, "Get me free!" And he's like, "What, boss? What you been up to?" And there's just like a dildo coming at my face, and I'm so
random
glad.
stuff.
Yeah, but this was meant to be picked. Amazon didn't pick it up for some reason.
Oh, probably
like-
for the best.
Yeah, I mean, there was quite a lot of budget this guy spent on it. So,
Yeah.
but this was a real dominatrix, a male dominatrix still.
Yeah, I think it's still a
He has
dominatrix.
a place in Soho, and he says he makes fucking
Oh, they make
thousands
so
a
much
week.
money. So
Like for
much
men
money.
and women come down, and he's
Yeah.
got all the things. And I was just like, maybe I should try that.
I did do a lesson a couple of years ago. I did a dominatrix lesson to see if I could do it. And what I discovered is I'm really submissive and I'm really shit at it.
You know what? Same. I tried
I'm
to.
too nice.
I got a script off Etsy.
Yeah.
People sell like scripts of dominatrix scripts, and I was like, I love the sound of this, you know. And I downloaded it. And I was like, I can't.
No, I
It's
can't do
just
it.
not me.
It's not really in me.
Yeah.
And also my fans don't like it.
Oh, really?
No.
What do your fans like?
Me just dressing up in as mums and school uniform.
Do you go to full nudies?
Yeah.
Do you? Bumhole?
Yeah. Sometimes, not always. If I'm
What?
feeling it, I'll get my bum out.
Have you always got your bumhole out, or
No.
have you like slipped down a slippery
I've
slope?
slipped down the slippery slope a little. I've tried to claw it back in the past couple of years. I think during lockdown, like everyone's levels went a bit like, woo.
Yeah, we all went a bit wild in lockdown.
We all went a bit wild during lockdown. And I think for me, it's like I started out as a glam model and I was really happy doing glamour.
Yeah.
And I never really wanted to do much more than that. I've never wanted to shoot porn, like girl, boy, girl. I've just got no interest. So when I did OnlyFans, I wanted to just keep it to the levels that I was comfortable with.
Yeah. So do you like play with yourself, or is it just more like pictures of?
More just pictures.
Is it?
Yeah.
See, I quite like the idea of that.
Of what?
Getting noonies out.
Getting noonies out.
think I've got quite
It's
a nice
all right for
noonie.
you guys.
Like,
What?
my bumhole used to be better, if I'm honest. Like,
Well,
before I had a
always is when you're
baby,
younger.
it was a lot cleaner. Now it's quite brown.
Bleach.
Nice visual for us.
Do you know what? I've got anal bleach in my bag.
Do you?
I've anal
So do I.
bleached before. Have you ever? Obviously, you've done it before if you're carrying it around.
Yeah.
You're not just carrying it around. But have you ever anal bleached?
No, of course, Rob.
Do you know on page 3 trips we all used to anal bleach together? And be like,
Group bleach.
yeah.
I never knew that. That's a
Yeah.
really good fact.
Like,
that
we
that
used to-
makes me
Yeah.
happy.
We used
That's
to
a
try
nice
all
visual.
sorts of stuff.
Fly on that
I
wall.
quite like the idea of going fully naked, but I want like a 70s bush.
You can get a merkin,
You get a merkin,
get a
yeah.
fanny wig.
The Kim Kardashian ones.
Well, yeah, I mean, like, yeah, just yeah, oh yeah, yeah.
Is that they've always been around, haven't they? It's not a new thing, Merkins.
Yeah, I had to. I was in the bank job with Jason Statham. I'm in the beginning.
Are you?
I'm a stripper, and I'm stood on a
They always
table.
cast us as strippers.
Yeah, but we got more money, so it's fine. I don't
Oh,
mind.
nice.
And I got a funny story about this actually, but yeah, I was in a bank job. I was a 70s stripper, and my outfit was nipple tassels and a see-through thong, right? And so, like, they took me to one side, and they're like, "Are you all right? You know, you've got no hair down there. Are you all right wearing a merkin?" And I was like, "What's that?" And they were like, "It's like a wig for your
It's a
pubic
fanny wig.
area."
It's a wizard on your fanny.
Yeah, and I was like, "Yeah, fine, like whatever." And then they took me off into this training room with the merkin lady. And then she had
There's
this
a merkin lady.
The merkin lady. And it was like she had the top bit and then 2 long bits to go on my flaps. And I was just like, oh, this is a lot. This woman like gluing this bloody fanny wig onto my bits. But I was like, you know, I really wanted to be in the film, so I went along with it.
As you do.
As you do. And then my part in the film is that I got a pint of beer poured down me about 50 times. And so, like, every time they had to, like, reset it up. So it's like, wee, dancing on the table, beer, then, like,
Yeah.
reset. And
refluff the merkin.
refluff the merkin, redo my hair.
You do your hair, get all your
And,
clothes.
like, Jason Statham was stood there, like, looking at me. He goes, oi, I hope you're getting... This is my Jason Statham accent, by the way.
It's a good one. It's a good
pretty
one.
good,
If
yeah.
you hadn't have told me, I would have known it was him.
Oi, I hope you're getting paid lots of money for this.
You're like, it's your fucking movie, mate.
Yeah, and I went, oh, actually, I'm getting paid in bourbon biscuits. And he went, you what? I was like, yeah. And like, I just really like them.
He believed you.
He fucking
Of course
believed me.
Did he?
He really did believe me.
That's-
I won't tell you what happened like later. He tried to no, but like
He was like, I've got some bourbon
behind the
biscuits back in
scenes
my place.
story.
no. I suppose I can tell it. It's not too bad.
Yay.
Basically, during one of the setups, I had all my hair, like my hair started to go flat, so they had to put it all in rollers. And so I was like walking around. It's in like an old social club in Bethnal Green. And I was like wandering around. I was like, where's the lady? Where's the lady? Jason Statham comes out of the men's toilets. And he looks at me and he goes, you don't want to go in the ladies. You want to come in here with me. And I just went, and ran upstairs.
Yeah. So, and just a note for the lads out there: just because people work in the industry doesn't mean it's all right to just assume that they want to go into a fucking toilet with you.
Yeah, I don't know
Do you
what
know what I mean?
Maybe he'd drawn a picture or something.
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe he'd collected some biscuits.
He had a stash of
I've got bourbon,
bourbons.
I've
Yeah.
got biscuits, and I've got bourbon
Oh,
biscuits.
He's a strange man.
Is he?
Wow.
You
I
like-
won't
I
go into
mean-
it.
He's quite friendly.
Yeah, he seems
over-friendly,
all right.
maybe.
I mean, I've never like met him, but from interviews. Oi,
Oi.
oi, can. I mean, Jason, if you're watching, cast me him on your films.
Yeah,
Fuck's sake, lad.
and I'll be in it
Ireland's
for
back.
biscuits, but not toilet
Yeah.
trips. Probably won't want me now anyway.
Should we touch a wee bit on your cosplay?
Yes, please.
Cosplay.
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 Um,
Oh.
Cosplay, for those that are morons, and there's no morons out there, not that don't watch this show. What is cosplay?
Costume play.
Oh, that's what it means.
It's like, well,
No, I'm just fucking. I
it's
know
like
what it
going to a
means.
fancy dress shop and like picking your favourite outfits and getting dressed up and just being
Do you have
well
like
weird.
a wardrobe full of outfits?
I've got a wardrobe. I've got 3 wardrobes and a loft full of outfits.
I love
Wow.
that.
I've got
How
a
many
ridiculous
roughly?
amount. Oh. I've got a video on my Instagram somewhere. There's hundreds. But I have sold quite a lot of them.
I want to see pictures of this, but from earlier conversations, she's not got her slag phone with her, which I don't know what the slag phone is.
Yes.
What is the slag phone?
My work phone. It's got all my
your
content
work
on it.
phone,
So I've
Slack
because
phone.
obviously I'm a mum, I have to have 2 phones.
Course.
Because I can't have a phone that's got my bum
You
on.
know, I'm learning. It's like I've never been
That's
in
just
the industry.
great.
I'm going to have to get a slag phone.
You have to get a Slack phone.
Do you ever get them mixed up and accidentally bring the slag phone on the school run?
No.
Oh, shit.
Although I did cosplay as Rose West once. And I went to a kid's party. This is not coming out right. Okay. Well, it was my own kids' party, I think.
And you just arrived as Rose
No.
West.
I wasn't just
Hi,
as
kids,
Rose
it's
West.
Mum
Okay,
West.
so this is 2 separate things. I cosplayed as Rose West and made it my Facebook profile picture because I was dead chuffed with it, right?
Okay.
Then I went to a kids' party and made friends with one of the mums who showed me her tits really randomly, not in the middle of the party, but at that
the
party.
kids. Ding,
She's
ding,
like, look at my tits. What do you think of them? I'm like, they're nice.
Great.
Well done.
I'm not the expert on tits, but well done.
Oh no, I am.
Oh,
a bit
we
of
are.
a, we
Oh, are
are
you?
experts.
Oh,
on-
okay.
I've seen a lot of tits.
Okay,
and
sorry, I stand corrected.
She just had them done, so I think she wanted to, a bit of confidence, and they did look really good. So I was like, oh, they look really great. Well done. Like, nice job. And then she was like, oh, can I add you on Facebook? And I'm like, yeah.
Yeah, that's me, the Rose West Square.
And she goes, what's your name? I told her my name. She's like, oh,
Uh-huh.
are you dressed as Rose West in your profile picture? And I'm like, yeah. So it wasn't up there for long.
That's funny.
I do definitely push boundaries with some of my cosplays.
That's what's funny. That's what we
What's
like.
what's your boundaryist push in cosplay?
Billy from Stranger Things. That was very unpopular on my OnlyFans.
Raleigh.
Oh.
But I did look super hot, like in a kind of like androgynous
Dead Billy.
way. Because it was like Billy with tits.
What's your latest one?
My latest one. Oh, we did a shoot last night, so we did X-Files, Scully and Scully.
Nice.
That's right.
We did well, we can't call it prostitute and police officer because of OnlyFans, but we'll call it something else, like police officer and lady of the night.
Yeah.
Something.
Yes.
Or
Are they
one
funny on
time.
things like that?
Yeah.
Are they?
You have to be funny about how you label things. You can't say that you're a
Can't
prostitute.
You know, you
Right.
can't write piss on OnlyFans either.
You
No.
can't write piss on
You
OnlyFans.
can't really
Then how am I going to
post-
sell my piss on
You've got to
OnlyFans?
star your eye out.
Even then.
And you can't say bloody.
No, because they don't like blood and they don't like squirt and they don't like poo.
I don't
and
think
they
you can
just
say
don't
dog
like
either.
so many things.
God.
And
Yeah,
it's a minefield, let me tell you.
What a bore off for
Yeah.
OnlyFans.
Like in 2018, they didn't have these rules.
No, you could do what you want.
You
And
could
then
do
they,
what you
then they
wanted.
decided to ban nudity, and that backfired. So
What?
they just banned words.
I mean, that was the old point, wasn't it?
Yeah, they
Yeah, but they-
go through phases.
They went for a phase of being like, we're going to stop tits on OnlyFans now.
That was right in the middle of when I was shooting an OnlyFans documentary, by the way.
Oh,
Absolutely threw a spanner in the
no.
works.
It's got to be in a
Is
publicity
that
stunt.
is that ever going to resurface?
No, it still got released.
Oh, it's still got
It
released.
was on
Oh,
Channel
thank God.
4. That's got one of my favourite characters in it. It's character called Valerie. And she's like a middle-aged mum in her 50s who has like Farrah Fawcett hair.
I've seen
And she's really friendly.
with the glasses.
Yeah.
Ah.
And she's like, you right, darling? Oh my God. And I had to create that character because I got so uncomfortable making joy videos and like content for my OnlyFans that I had to
Do you know what a
create
joy video is?
I don't. I nodded like I did, but I had no idea.
jerk off instructions.
Aww,
So that's why I
I
thought you
can
meant-
do that.
No, I didn't.
That's my niche.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Can you tell people how to wank? Because I'm quite good at it.
Go on.
Okay, you put your left hand in, you get your penis out, you jerk it all about.
Perfect.
I
Yeah,
think that's pretty much it, isn't it?
basically, but for 5 minutes.
Oh,
Yeah.
mine's
Do you
like-
voice note your JOIs?
No.
Write them.
I just make them up off the top of my head.
Oh, you like
I
to
do
video
video
them?
them. I video them. And I do them as Valerie a lot of the time. But she's sort of like this like really nice, accepting, middle-aged mum who's just absolutely horny and will shag anyone.
Oh.
And like, but she's like, oh, it's okay, darling. Like, everything's all right. Don't worry. You don't have to be shy with me.
Is it Catherine Tate?
A little bit of Catherine Tate. Oh, and who's the one that
You're
does
very
the
good at like just flipping into
characters?
Yeah.
characters.
Oh, I love Valerie. If I have my wig and my glasses, like I put them on and I am her. And it's just like, oh my God, darling.
I feel like it's been a pleasure having you on.
Thank you very much for inviting me. I hope I covered all the subjects that you wanted and didn't.
I feel like we could cover way more.
Yeah, we could. We could do 3 hours here.
Would be here forever.
I've probably got overshared horrifically.
We haven't even dressed up in Britney Spears.
I know. We'll get you back on for sure.
Yeah.
We'll get you back on because
and we'll all dress up as Britney.
Yeah, and I brought a bunch of cosplay stuff, but we just had so much time, fun talking to you. We didn't get a chance to get there. Okay. Guys, this has been Option 1 Podcast. Give it up for Alex Sim Wise.
Thank you. Oh, I'm clapping for myself. That's really
Always
good.
clap for yourself.
You're through to Option 1. Option 1